Welcome back to the Do Show. If you are watching or streaming this episode, thank you so much for tuning in. I have a great show for you guys today. I know for the last couple of episodes, I've been counting down which episode I really am looking forward to, and this is one of them. However, there's going to be something really special that is going to air real soon on all streaming platforms. That's going to be released soon on all streaming platforms on youtube.com, so stay tuned for that. But I have to say, I was so excited when I met this guy, and actually when I even discovered who he is an artist, creator, photographer. His new album that he released this year, you guys, called 1992, which is available on all streaming platforms. Please make a ton of noise at home, wherever you are, for my man Brandon Andre.
What's up? What's good, everybody? Thank you.
What's up, man?
Thank you for welcoming me to your show. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just, taking it one day at a time. I'm scared because I haven't had, this amount of like electronics around me. Like, it's really hot. Usually when you're like in a TV studio or whatever, or like a basement, it's basically very, very cold. However, like, it's really hot in here, and I forgot to like turn the air conditioning on and stuff. So, it's gonna get real hot in here.
Are you in New York?
I'm in Maryland.
You're in New York, right?
I'm in Maryland. Yeah.
Oh, Maryland.
Yes,
okay.
Maryland. I live on the East Coast, and we're doing good over here. I know you're the second person I've had that's in California, so it's gonna be. Is that where you are? You're in Cali. That's where you're currently.
Yeah, it's cold here too, though. It got cold recently. I was just in Arizona, and I got back, and it's like really cold. But I like the cold. I miss the cold, so.
You can tolerate it.
Well, let's just say I feel like as a male person that likes to dress, there's more. Well, actually, I don't even know anymore. I was gonna say that in the winter you can dress up more, but I also realized that you can do that in the summer too. So I don't know. I like both, I guess, but I like it when it changes up.
Yeah, you can do both. I'm someone who just likes the cold in general. Yeah.
Play around. What?
Yeah, you gotta mix it up a little bit. I'm somebody who likes the cold.
Exactly.
You can ask anybody. My whole family will tell you I keep a fan like running throughout the night, even in the winter. That's how much I appreciate the cold.
I mean, I have to sleep on 65 degrees minimum in order for me to get a good night's rest. Cause
65.
Yeah.
Brandon, 65.
No.
My whole family will kill you.
What can I say?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't say nothing because I'm crazy when it comes to cold weather. So, you and I are alike somewhat. I don't know if I'll go to that extreme, but, I think the only way
for cold? I don't even know. That seems normal to me.
I think for me, as long as I think it's a certain temperature of cold, like I need to have the room like set to where it's just so cool, like more than cool, like almost like a freezer, but not almost like a freezer. Like I don't want it to be a freezer, but let it be close to like freezer weather because that will get me to go to sleep. But I don't need it to actually get me to I don't want to get a cold or whatever.
Oh yeah, well It is what it is.
Yeah, I know you're just like whatever. Just let's do what we got. But how's quarantine, man? How's quarantine treating you?
Great. I mean, it's been a journey, I think, for all of us. But I do appreciate the last, 9 months? Because there's a lot of things that I went through, a lot of things that I learned through the quarantine. As a person, as an artist, as a business person, that I find it valuable, but at the same time, I also feel like something was stolen from me. Time, which for me is a big deal because time is very, very valuable to me, and I revere time hardcore. So even though there's a lot to have gained from this year, there's a lot that I feel was taken from us, I guess, in a way. But overall, I'm grateful for everything that happened this year. I got to travel a lot. I think I was able to really, really uniquely interact with my fans in a different way. I think I learned more about what my purpose is and what my calling is through my music. I learned how to really allow my business to support and fund my business as a photographer to support and fund my music. So yeah, there's a lot of growth that I'm really happy about.
Yeah.
What about you?
You know, I think I started the show. It's not even I think. I actually started the show because this pandemic hit. This show, which everybody has heard me say, is basically about not just, of course, me, having this job and, getting paid to what I love to do. However, it's also supposed to give encouragement. It's supposed to be like an uplifter. Like this show, one day I've always prayed and I've always, hoped for this. And I'm working towards this show actually being on, being televised. And I want it to be almost like the Steve Harvey show, the Ellen show, where everybody's looking forward to it. And, people are like, okay, I'm gonna set my DV. I'm going to get home from work at 3:00 so I can watch the Ellen show. I'm gonna get home and eat lunch so I can watch the real daytime. Like all these, I'm a big time daytime television person. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that I love daytime television. So when it comes to watching, yeah, I'm a musician, of course, as you can see, but also it's like. I don't know why, I'm a big...
Well, it's funny that you say that because I feel like the world is transitioning away from, like, not daytime, but cable and more on YouTube and, like, podcasts and, like, a lot of people are more tuning into YouTubers who have interviews or podcast shows and stuff. And I feel like there's probably a bigger platform for you to be able to do what you do on a bigger scale via the internet as opposed to on television. But who knows?
Sure. Who knows? For sure. I'll tell you this right now. I think a lot of people, especially when your content's good, it got to be entertaining. It got to be like, it got to have some flavor to it. You feel me? It can't just be dry and bitter. You got to have some sort of special sauce that people can actually just gravitate to. And I think that was one of the reasons why I actually started listening to your music. I actually knew you through a guy named Ricardo. He's an actor, and I was like, yo, I don't know how I found you, but I know it was Ricardo, and it was somebody, and then I saw you. It was like, y'all were doing something. It was something in entertainment, and I was like, yo, let me check out this guy, and I saw your story, and it was, I saw the records you were putting out, and it was something I've never actually seen before in my life, because most of the time when I tackle on musicians, it's mainly and based off of gospel music. Everybody knows, like I said before in the other episode, I'm a big Israel Houghton, Ty Tribbett, Kirk Franklin, Clark Sisters. I'll jump all over the room. Just it's like that. Like I'm a gospel musician, but it took me some time to actually branch off and actually go to other genres. And so I knew I would get to a point in my life where I would actually start working on other genres, but I never knew when that time would come. So, even talking to you you're actually feeding me right now, not like, physically, but just spiritually, and also in the sense where, as an artist, as a musician, trying to match what the artist wants and what the artist asks me to do. This really does help me because, I love having artists on the show as much as, I have everybody from different platforms, come on the show. However, when I do speak to artists, I can really speak from a personal place when it comes to making records, when it comes to studio sessions, when it comes to when you get an idea and you got to write it down or record it on your iPhone, pull out voice memos and just start humming or singing or playing drums or whatever, on that phone. So, and sometimes I was just telling another guy named Tel this the other day, I was like, yo, the one thing I always keep on me is my phone, because I don't ever want to miss a moment. You don't ever want to miss a moment, especially when it comes to your craft, and especially because of, you know, people, music is an art, and people will gravitate to
Yeah.
anything. Forget about what genre of music it is in, as long as it's vibing, like, yo,
Yeah, but it's
hands
funny that you said that
down.
your interest comes from like gospel music and all that, because that's also very vocally. That's where my vocal influence comes from, and I'm actually working on a cover of a song right now that I'm trying to implement a gospel choir and trying to see how that works. But yeah, I think the first cover that you'll see on my YouTube channel involves a gospel choir, and it was a gospel version of "See You Again." Um, that was the first music piece that I have out on my YouTube from 2015. So love gospel music as well.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I really am. I think I grew up listening. I grew up listening to a lot of Israel Houghton, a lot of Israel New Breed. Like, I'm a friend of God, Say So, Jesus at the Center, Jesus the Same, No Turning Back. Uh, everything was Israel New Breed. Like, I can name every single song he has on every single album and sing them and play them, and that's all I knew was Israel New Breed. And Israel Houghton he's black and he's white, and I think he takes both of those characteristics, those things about himself, where he was like, you know what, I don't want to just produce a black people kind of gospel or a white people kind of gospel. I want to mix it, and I think that's what's so lovely about his music. And I didn't even know it was like gospel music at the beginning. I was just like, yo, I love this. I don't know what about his music, even up until this day. I've been listening to his music since I was like 3, 4. Like, it's just something that I am so like grateful to like be able to listen to, because a lot of people grow up listening to other things, and sometimes it's influential and sometimes it's not influential. Not saying secular music, I'm talking about secular music, but I'm not saying that secular music is like all that bad, because shoot, I work with secular artists now. Like, a lot of things that I do right now are in both worlds. It's working with in the gospel industry, and then it's working in other industries as well, in music and entertainment. So I'm grateful for that. I want to say that your vocals, your arrangement, the way you take just one little note and just draw and just paint a picture, it's incredible, phenomenal. It's flawless. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this because I'm on camera. I'm saying this because that's why I invited you on the show. I really love the artistic feeling of, and I'm not a singer. I don't rap. I don't do any of that. I'm just a musician.
I thought you were. I think you're a musician. So
yeah,
okay.
I'm not good at rapping or singing or spoken word. It ain't happening. That's not my gift. It's not it's not something that I do. It's not something I'm good at. So I tried it, but it's not.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm just I'm a keyboardist. I'm a drummer, of course. A key bass player. So
all that is necessary to the art. So we can't perform without you guys. So
yeah, and that's why I'm so grateful for people like you, because you guys let us in your world and just create. Back in February of this year, you actually released your first EP. Is that what it is? Is it your EP titled 1992? Amazing record. And one of the songs on that record is called Too Late. And in March, you had actually released a video on your YouTube channel sharing the backstory behind that song, which really grabbed my attention, with all you've been through when dealing with anxiety and the grief, and how much faith you had to have throughout that period of time. I just want to ask for a sec, even though I know I've been spending a lot of time talking about other things. I'm supposed to be reading from this script. I'm not even reading from the script, but this is the flow I really wanted. But I wanted to ask, has that period of time changed your perspective on life now?
my gosh, bro, that period of my life, it's where do I begin? I could do a whole TED talk on just like that period because I'm still I don't know how to say it, affected, I guess, by that period of time from that particular event that song was about. But I mean, I consider Too Late and Goodbye a part of a three-part series of music that represents what kind of came out of that particular event that I talk about in the backstory of that video. Um, and I think one of the things that I've learned this year, I've been learning and trying to understand about myself is why this particular event has such a huge impact, like why this friendship affected me so much, to where I had to understand, oh, wait, all of the way that I was raised, all of my life, I kind of, like, I have a personality where I'm very forward thinking. Like I'm about focusing on the future, like building a better future as opposed to dwelling on the past and stuff. And I did that all my life where I never really, like, I guess, realized the impact of my upbringing and what that did. And what that did essentially is it caused, growing up with verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, led me to chase family out of the home. And I got close to in that was like family to me, and that friendship meant like a lot to me because it was probably the first time in my life that I actually felt cared for by a person. And so kind of that the falling out of that, the way that it happened, it really shook my life up, to understand me, what I need in my life, how the impact of not having a stable family and coming from a broken home, what that's done to me. And that's, yeah, so that, but at the same time though, it was because of that experience that I also learned more about the power that I have to influence in people's lives, because throughout the quarantine, that song and that video allowed people to learn more about me and draw near to me, and people started opening up to me on Instagram and talking to me daily and seeing me as their older brother figure, which was the craziest thing because, I felt like almost like God was saying, okay, Brandon, I'm taking you from being this kid's older brother figure because I need you to be a big brother figure to the world. And so that's what was happening. People from all over the world were talking to me every day, like opening up to me, and I was able to really pour into their lives, and it was helping me heal from losing someone that I really cared about. And it made me realize, wow, like the purpose in my life, like I really want to be able to use my music platform as a way to be that older brother figure to people who don't have an older brother or don't even have a father, don't have someone in their life that can show them how to be confident, how to show them to confront their insecurities, to show them how to love people, which is my biggest thing is how do you love people? How do you make friends? How do you make real friends? Friends that actually are staying with you long term and stuff. And for me, like I really want my life and my music to stand as a disruption to what we are normally taught as men, as leaders, as people in a country. Like for me, everything I do is way bigger than people even realize. Like it serves a way bigger purpose. So that particular event, it triggered a lot of pain and a lot of things that I had to go back in my life to really understand why things affected me the way that they did. I still haven't talked to that person. I haven't talked to that person since that day, which, I that's, hard to just still kind of realize that that person that the song is about me, I obviously still care for, I miss, but they're in their own path where they just have a lot of resentment and stuff. So I don't know. But as far as how everything in my life has, like how it's gone, I mean, I'm glad that I was able to take a painful situation and turn it into art that the world and people who have listened to my music can connect to and relate to. I think that's been a beautiful thing about how I've been able to approach the pain and approach the experience.
You're a strong person because of that. You know that you're really strong. I
Yeah,
can truly you're somebody who confronts, and I'm still learning this. Even now, my mentor was telling me the other day, and I've had people around me that are in my circle that I allow in my circle because your surroundings will tell you a whole lot about a person. However, it'll also shape you into the character and the person that you want to be. And she's in that circle. And I've learned to confront my problems, to face my problems. Sometimes the worst thing you can do, especially, and for me, it was about facing myself. Man to man. It's like the man in the mirror. It's like one of the worst things. It's not the worst thing, but I was treating it like the worst thing. Was to face myself and really tell myself, am I happy? Am I grateful? Am I satisfied where I'm at now? I can answer that right now. I'm not satisfied with where I'm at right now in my career and a whole bunch of other things. And as I progress, I believe that I will get closer to where I want to be in life. However, I'm not there yet.
How old are you?
I'm 17, turning 18 next month.
What the heck? Bro, you tripping. Of course you're not going to be anywhere near where you want to be. Like, okay, sorry, continue.
I think what it is right now, like, I'm in a position, I'm not gonna say exactly, because it's something really great that I think everybody's going to vibe off once I share the news. But it's something in entertainment, and I think when you're so used to, I think when you want to do something and you know you can do it, and God, like, that's really all you need. And I have to reminding myself that, you know, you're not alone, you're not forsaken, you're not forgotten. And people don't always take me seriously, especially in what I do now, because they never saw this like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago from me. And of course, everybody grows up, everybody develops in their own way, and still I received a lot of a bit of criticism, which I need. However, it's not criticism that is needed. It's people's opinions, people's negative thinking, you know, coming right at you, words, gestures, messages in any kind of format. And that has, of course, encouraged me. As you can see, I'm not going to even compare myself to DJ Khaled, but I almost am like him, because it's like I can take all this. It's like I'm a punching bag. I'm just like one of those things where it's like you can punch me, but I'm right here. I'm like still standing. It's like I can take anything and still be here. I'm still here. And whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. I don't need really anybody, honestly. I just need
I think the biggest thing, too, with young people, like people your age, too, is that they tend to think that, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people who are young, they put a lot of pressure on themselves when they're young to make it, because I was like that, too. I'm like, I need to make it before I'm 19, before I'm 21, all these ages and stuff, and realistically, you realize that it takes time to be great. And it's good to develop at the pace that you need to be growing at, and not think too far ahead. And everyone has a different path, a different life, and it's important to not compare yourself, because I genuinely think that I understand that the reason why people are depressed and why they're insecure and why they like to do a lot of dumb things is because they compare their lives to so many people around them. And I think the reason why I have the confidence that I have and I'm able to do everything that I've done, it's because I never compared myself to anybody. I was always very confident in what I had to offer the world, that I'm like, cool, you have your thing, I got my thing, but what I have is valuable, and you're lucky to be in my life and receiving it or not. It's up to you. But that's really affected the way that I approach everything, because, man, I do everything fearlessly. So, not that I don't have my days where I have anxiety, which I struggle with, so that's always going to be there, but it's more like, you know, I'm me, you're you, we got our own thing going on, and I'm a warrior too. So I like to think that I'm always gonna rise up and continue fighting, continue to fight, because that's the only thing you can do, or you just don't and then become a loser, which I'm not. So it is what it is, right?
I mean, look, you're your own person, you're your own brand, just like me. However, I have a certain standard, and of course, I'm not saying that everything's going to be perfect because I'm not looking for perfection, because nothing in life is perfect. Of course, I didn't. For me, and I'm not trying to put up a front or anything, but I'm somebody who didn't need to learn that life is not perfect because my surroundings would tell me it's really not. People are not really who you think they are. People, the way they work, they actually really grind, and sometimes you won't always see them grinding because they're tired. They need rest. The greatest thing you can get in life, especially right now, is the rest, because that's what I think everybody in this world needed, is rest. And still at the same time, I'm working. I don't like to do other things but work, because I'm a working entertainment person. I'm somebody who, of course, is doing this. I'm doing this for life right now. I'm here for a reason, and the more you do something, the better you get at it. And I'm finding out, like, wow, I'm discovering so much about myself, and still I'm not even close. Of course, you won't ever stop discovering new things about yourself until you die. You won't stop learning things until you die. It's something that is just an ongoing thing. It's a beautiful dance. It's a beautiful go around, and that's why I'm grateful to be here. And I have to remind myself every day that I am here for a purpose. I am here for some reason, and because I found something that I love, and not only that I love, but that doesn't waste time, because I would not be here doing everything that I would do. Again, not putting up a front. I'm just saying, because we're talking about this, that I'm so glad that I'm in the lane that I'm at. However, I have a mentality that normal 17-year-olds, don't have, because I'm a different kind of person. I'm not somebody who has, like, your average teenager. I'm not someone who has a lot of friends. I'm not someone who hangs out a lot. I'm not somebody who is always going to, be doing.
Well, that's why you have a mentor, to help you confine all of that into something great, which is good. I'm glad you have a mentor, because that helps a lot.
Yeah, I call her my spiritual advisor also. I'm just like, y'all gotta. She used to be a teacher of mine. She used to teach at an old school, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, she wasn't even here for me. Like, she wasn't placed in my life for her to just teach me stuff. She was here to actually walk me through, and to actually, you know what, I'm just going to say this. I believe that was God sent. And there are certain people in your life that only you will only be able to see, that has been God sent. And I realized that throughout the past 5-6 years. And that, of course, life is different from everybody. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but for me, most of the time, actually, I will say all the time, it's been, I can tell when something's really God sent, and when I really, like, stumble upon something that changes the whole trajectory of my life, and the whole, the way I think, the way I talk, the way I speak, the way I present myself. It's a whole nother breed. It's a whole nother, like, energy and attraction and gratitude and gratefulness. So let me stop talking about me. So, because my time zone was up.
Well, I would agree, because for, like, that friendship that the song was about, that's what that was. It was, for me, it felt like it was a God moment to have met this person, and but it's not like anybody can understand but me, how and why that was what I interpreted to be from God. But things can be from God, and then Satan gets in the way of things and just tears it all apart. So there's that too. But it's Anyway,
that's that. Well, like I said, back in September of this year, you released your EP 1992, and then later, not September, February he released his EP.
February, March, too late, and then when did I release Goodbye? I think in October.
In September, October. September.
Probably.
I'm reading what's been written down here. It says that you released your fourth single. This is your fourth single, "Goodbye," which is available right now on all streaming platforms. What was
my fifth single?
This is your fifth. Oh man, I'm messing up so bad today. But I think people love this because people love when I mess up. But it's all good. What was the significance? What was the significance?
Wait, is this a prank show? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, for real. Look, I got your name and everything. I've been reading this and I've been looking.
Is Borat about to come out of somewhere and I'm not gonna know it or something?
I hate to do this, but we gotta cut this show. No, I'm just playing. So, what was the significance behind that release? Goodbye.
When people ask me that question, I always want to know what they think first, so I can see what they took from it before I kind of give my.
You want me to tell you?
Things.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I actually listened to the acoustic version. I love the acoustic version. I didn't even get to listen to the song itself, but I will. That's why I'm telling people. Of course, go get the record, but I'm gonna listen to the single too. I think. I'm gonna just say what I think. Goodbye is basically a song about all those experiences, everything in your past that you've been through, and you're saying goodbye like it's almost like an interpretation. I don't know. It's like a visual of that, but it's just saying goodbye to all those memories. That's like those memories on your deathbed. It's like it's all there, and it's just about to be just closed up in that casket and just buried in the ground, and it's just going to be memories, but memories that's not going to be a part of you. It's like a new you.
Yeah. So you didn't watch the main music video then, right?
No, I have not yet.
Boy, you gotta be doing
I know. Let me tell you something. I
gotta have a word with your mentor.
Let me tell you something. I'm a busy person. No excuses. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up with everybody and what everybody's doing. But let me tell you something.
Let me explain.
Can I tell you what I did? I listened to the single and I watched the acoustic video. Now I gotta watch the music video.
Yeah. Well, just for future references, always watch my music videos because they will always have way deeper explanations, or it'll just. So I started. The first thing I started in this industry as a creative was filmmaking. So everything that I do musically will come together in the video because I think visually of my music. I actually write or plan the music video before I even write the song. So everyone should always watch my music videos to get the full perspective of what it is I'm trying to convey in my song. But in the music video that you didn't watch, I put a lot of.
He's the first person. I didn't even think. I thought he was gonna be a good Christian. He was gonna be nice to me. No, he said. Let me shut up. We're gonna replay. Y'all replay this part of the episode. Just go back, and I want y'all to review about what he just said about me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Look. Anyway, in the music video, there's like a lot of interlinking messages where there's me saying goodbye wearing a white shirt in the desert where it's free, open, which is actually Death Valley, and that is also has some symbolism, but I didn't actually get to really show that it was Death Valley. I wanted to film a sign that said Death Valley so people understood that it meant death and there was a grieving process and what that particular scene of goodbye meant. But then there was also a moment where I'm inside this dark room wearing all black, and so there's both means meant two things. One was the goodbyes that I'm saying when I was in the moment, going through the painful experiences with each person that I was close to. And then there was the white moment where I'm outside, free in the desert, and that's supposed to represent kind of coming out of that and saying goodbye and kind of making peace with the reality of all of these experiences. But in all of these, throughout the video, I put a lot of flashback footage with all of the friendships that I had that I'm no longer close with. And so that was kind of a big, I don't know, conversation for people to notice, because a lot of people thought that I was dissing people, like it was a dig at people, because, you know, they're like, wait, are these all your friends? I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh crap. And so, you know, for me, it was just a way of me kind of driving home the point of what this song meant to me. And it's like, look, these are all the memories of the people that I still genuinely care about, but they hurt me and they are no longer in my life and stuff. And unfortunately, the memories still are in my mind, and this is my way of letting go and saying goodbye with the past. And like I said, there was a lot of different meanings of the goodbye. Goodbye was saying goodbye to my past, me as a younger person of the era of my life when I was younger, saying, hey, that's the old chapter, this is the new chapter. It was saying goodbye to people that used to be a part of that era. It was saying goodbye to specific people that had did me wrong, that I was saying out, like, you know. And yeah, so there's a lot of, everything that I do is very multi-layered, and I feel like people can take away what they want, but that's what it meant to me, and that's why I said it's part 2 of a 3-part series that all kind of expresses things that come from the same experience. So, you know, I think that when people watch the backstory of Too Late and then they watch this goodbye, it all comes together, what I'm saying goodbye to. So for me, I think that's cool, because I don't know that a lot of artists really approach their music that way. So yeah.
Yeah, so I was right. Everything I said was right, and he's not gonna give me credit for it. No, I'm funny, man. But that was something that I actually love. For real though, like, in all seriousness, as goofy as I am, in all seriousness, I actually do appreciate everything about you, what you've been through. It's always something unique to find out about a person's. You know, it's always a story. It's like a painting, and you're just telling your story. You're painting that picture, and whether it's like a rainy day or a sunny day, it's always something that is so creative and so unique and so developed in a way. It's just something. It's just something incredible, phenomenal, great. Just it's like a compilation of everything about that one person, and that's what I saw in that project 1992. However, which I probably am going to see even in that music video that I will watch after I tape this show called Goodbye. So,
well, if I gotta pause the show for you to watch it right now,
Brandon, don't start with me. Brandon, come on now.
What was I gonna say?
Come on now.
Here's the thing too: is with the EP, like, it was the compilation. For me, I really consider like Too Late the start of where my sound really officially began, because I feel like the first 3 songs of my EP were more me learning more about artist I want to be, but I don't feel like I really became the artist that I am until Too Late, because that's when I really was like, you know what, I want to go deep. I want to go deep. I want to talk about real things. I want to express my pain, and I want to find a way to be able to do that with it also being a song that can chart, and it being, you know, general enough for people to like and relate to, but I want to speak into my situation. And Too Late was actually interesting too, because what a lot of people don't realize is that it was written in a way where, backstory, like, I'm speaking to myself. The lyrics are speaking to me, And so I thought that was creative from my part because I really wanted this song and the videos to just be basically a mirror for selfish people and be like, look, this is what you look like. This is how you affect the world around you. Look at what you look like. And then the song is supposed to be, you know, the person that did that to me, that's what I wish I heard from them, you know, the apology that the song expresses and stuff. So seeing that we were able to accomplish that with Too Late and even Goodbye, where we could go to really great depth of what I'm trying to convey and be able to also come out with a song that people can vibe to and it connects to people, I think that for me is like awesome because that's what I want to represent as an artist, talking about real things. And I mean, like there are cool songs that I'll make that will be vibey, people can dance to, and maybe it might not have that much of depth, but I'm too deep of a person to not attribute a lot of multi-layered meanings in the projects that I do. So.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You know, like I said, everybody's unique in their own way. That's what I love about you, man. And that has led you to Goodbye. Can I say that? Okay.
Yeah.
Everything I feel like I'm gonna say or do is gonna be criticized by Brandon. So it's just nothing really. I've learned something new today. Brandon criticized. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Well,
but we have a clip from your new music video, Goodbye, which I will watch after the show. Check it out right here.
The older I get, the younger I feel. Guess I had to break to fix me for real. Took all of the fake friends in my life, and all of the pain that I had in my mind, and I told them goodbye. Friends change, they come, they go, but I do know one thing though. Soon as I see him switching sides, I'ma cut him right off, leave it behind me. Feeling hella better now, I'm the one that hold me down. Visions getting brighter, hopes are only getting higher. Oh, I'm doing just fine without you. If you couldn't tell, since we've been through, I'm living well. So done with fake friends, yeah, that's why I told them all goodbye.
His new single titled Goodbye is available now on all streaming platforms. It's available now wherever music is sold. So go get that single. Go get the record 1992, which is available right now on all streaming platforms. Thank you so much, Brandon, for being on the show. Thanks for stopping by. And with that being said, no problem. Come back on the show and criticize me again. We love to have you.
Continue to interview me without watching my things, and I will.
I hate you, bro. Oh man. Oh Lord, man. We had a great. I love this episode. Well, yeah, like I said, you tripping. His new single titled Goodbye Again is available on all streaming platforms. And that's all the time that I have for today. If you would like to view clips from today's show, just head on over to Adu's YouTube channel for more exclusive content. That's me. Also, if you want to stream full episodes, head on over to Castbox.fm or Anchor.fm. Both are available for download on the Google Play Store and App Store. And finally, make sure to tune in to The Adu Show. I can't stop laughing. Only on YouTube.com. Stay cool, live life. We both out.